There's so many amazing patterns that the Pueblos create on their ceramic pottery. So what we're going to do is we're going to be inspired by their designs that they apply onto the pots. So we're going to be doing for this main project is a photo I took of some Pueblo pottery, and we're going to go ahead and draw this still life together. And we're also going to learn how to create a pattern on a curved surface. It's very tricky, and so we're going to dive in and try it. Let's go.
Here's our still life that we are going to draw. You're going to need some color pencils, and here we go. So with your regular graphite pencil, we're going to go ahead with our paper in a landscape orientation like how mine is. We're going to go ahead and do a curved, almost like a little frown face in the top portion of our drawing. And then we're going to go ahead and do a handle that's coming off to the right side. And you're going to go ahead and sketch very lightly and follow along with me. Now make sure you pause the video during each step that I'm doing because the video is sped up a little bit fast. So go ahead, pause the video so you can follow along with me. So the key is to make sure we're sketching very lightly, and then once we have a line that we like, we can darken it up. Now we have 3 pots we're drawing, so we just completed the first pot in the center. Now we're going to start to work on the second pot. Now this pot has a very small, tight ellipse oval shape for the center. And so we want to make sure it's a squished oval for the opening, and then we're having the sides come in and then out. Now I just noticed is that our center pot, the left side, is too narrow, so we need to make sure we widen it out. So I'm going to go ahead, curve it out a little bit further. Now we have 2 lines, so we have to get rid of that original line that was too small. And there we go, all better. Now back to our second pot, we're going to go ahead and finish off the bottom portion here. And we're going to go ahead and curve it in and then around, so it's like a big smiley face. Now notice where the bottom of the first pot runs into the second pot, so it's about halfway on the second pot. So we're going to go ahead and draw a very subtle curve line for the bottom of our first and largest Pueblo pot that is in the center. Okay, so now for the third pot. We're going to do a little bit bigger of a oval shape for the opening of this third bowl that we have over on the right side. So once we draw this oval, we're going to go to the widest outermost points of the bowl, and we're going to bring them in a little bit so they're almost like parentheses, and then we're going to stop and we're going to put a little slight curve for the base of the bowl. Now we're going to go ahead and put the cast shadows in. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to outline how big they should be. And it's just a general shape that you're going to put down and very lightly put in some shading, some hatching marks at a diagonal. You don't need to fill them in too darkly because we are going to be filling this in with color pencils. Now for the design on the second pot over on the left side. Now to do this, we're going to observe our inspirational photo, and we need to make sure is that we're looking how the pattern is wrapping around the surface of the pot. We want to make sure is that we're not putting triangles that are flat over the entire pot. We have to remember this pot is 3-dimensional, so we need to make sure is that we're creating the illusion that this pot is 3D with the pattern. So the pattern has to wrap around the 3D object. So what we're going to do is we need to make sure is that we start off on the left side and we're going to be putting these triangle shapes in, but you're only going to see a little sliver of the triangle on the left side, and then you're going to start to see more and more of the triangle once you get to the center. Once you get to the center, over to the right side, they're going to start to get smaller and smaller, like they're disappearing around the edge. So keep that in mind when you continue with the bottom portion of this triangular pattern. You can do it. I know you can. So we're going to have some fun with the color pencils with this blue turquoise bowl that is over on the right side. So I picked out some really nice blues. I have a light blue, I have some dark blues, and I'm going in, of course, with a light pressure, and I'm making sure is that my strokes are vertical for the inside of the pot, and then on the outside they're having a little bit of a curve to them. And notice as I keep layering the blue, it keeps becoming darker and darker. So what you guys are going to do is you're going to continue color penciling in this blue bowl, and feel free to pick any blue you want, or if you want to make a different color, feel free to do that. We just want to make sure is a light value of the color and a dark value of the same color. And for our cast shadows, we are going to go in and we're going to do a nice cool blue. Now I'm using a little bit different blue than the bowl. The bowl is a bit more of a turquoise, so it had a little green in it. For the cast shadows, I'm only using a traditional blue. And so what we want to make sure is we're doing a light pressure, and we're going to fill in this cast shadow on the bowl. Now for this video, we're going to stop there, take a break. In the next video, we're going to continue color penciling and making this beautiful drawing come to life. Nice work, you guys.